my god. Nobody did a pose.
I did.
I did this. I made anyone who plays this game lose.
Oh, hey, dudes.
Doesn't it have to be below the belt? I thought that was one of the rules.
Wow, way to
So
just
just
break his heart.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, let me just make a crotch cam for a quick second, guys.
That's what you should have done. We had 30 minutes.
For quickest PB from going PG to R-rated stream. Thank you, Greg.
Bam.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
Well, welcome everyone to the Valhalla's Most Wanted podcast, episode 2. Guys, we did it. We made it to episode 2. Very excited. Obviously, we've got myself. Hello, my name is PlatinumTrophyWife, and we'll go around the side here. So, Seena, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Seenabobeena, also known as Seena. Wait, should I intro myself or just say?
Why not? Go
Okay,
ahead.
let's do that.
You
okay.
sell out, Seena. You
I
do
got
that.
this. Sell out. If you sub to me, no. So yeah, my name's Seenabobeena. I'm mostly a music streamer, but I also play games and do cosplay work, which is all that mess back there. But yeah, so I've been in Valhalla for I don't know how long.
Quite some time.
Quite some time. I've been hanging around for a long while.
That's
since
true.
I started streaming.
We were like, Seena, join us. And she's like, I'm not sure. And then we're like, Seena. And she was like, oh, okay.
So yeah, so I've been here. Anyway.
Let's move it on over to Richie.
Hi, I'm RicheyPlays.
Oh my god, it still says Wames.
Yep, I was.
This is Wames.
Cut.
Wames,
Stop.
hello. Welcome back to the. We loved you the first time.
Start
We just
over.
brought you over.
I just
Oh,
want
that's
to
Nope,
say
we're
that
done.
this
We're
was
done.
actually all planned from PlatinumTrophyWife because this has just been our relationship since day one.
There was a
It
point.
really
There was
has
a point
been.
where we were setting up where she did go. It's no longer outlawed Cena. We made the joke outlaws played by Cena. We did never hear no longer Wayne.
I didn't.
Hold on, professional mode.
If
Okay.
anything, you're getting more views and clicks because this is now
People love
controversy.
Wayne more than you.
Bad news is good news, Richie. It's all good.
It is,
You're getting
it
the
is.
spotlight now.
Coming from your pimp hand, yeah, it feels pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, so I guess I'll sub myself here. I sub to Cena. You should sub to Cena too. And I'm variety. I'm total variety. I play with
There you
whatever I
go.
like. 7 Days to Die is my go-to. I love that survival-esque kind of RPG kind of stuff. RicheyPlays on every platform except Twitter. I'm Richie Games there. That's about it.
There you go.
Last but not least, I'm Grey Wolves Gaming. I'm a variety streamer, currently Witcher 3, next Dragon Quest. I don't remember what my Twitter handle is compared to my Twitch one. Hi.
Sub to this man.
Oh my god. Stream is claiming Wames Gate, or chat's claiming Wames Gate. It makes me laugh. I love it. I love it so much. Oh gosh, Richie, I'm so sorry.
No.
That
you're
was
not.
on me,
It's
guys. That was
You're not.
completely on me. Oh,
So
gosh.
the Wames guy.
Anyway, welcome on in. What a good start, guys.
Nailed
So
A+.
we are gonna start a bit on a serious note here. Obviously, some dramatic and very serious news has happened in the gaming industry recently, and we just want to start it off with this, and then we will move on to our normal content. Wolves, why don't you take it away?
All right, so I just want to start by saying the general purpose of this podcast is a celebration of Twitch, a celebration of the community, a celebration of gaming and pop culture in general. So we're always going to try to focus on being an uplifting, a happy experience. Unfortunately, the real world does happen, and why we don't want to focus on those in this podcast, we don't want to pretend they don't happen. So in response to that, we just had one little disclaimer for this. So we as members of Valhalla's Most Wanted in this podcast agree that any action that causes harm to another human being, be it directly or indirectly, is never something that should be allowed or encouraged. This topic affects a lot of different people in many different ways, and if you look out there are many different proposed solutions to said problems. Now, we're not here to try to tell you what solution is correct, what solution is wrong, or anything like that, but encourage everyone, if you feel there is a solution, contact your local Congress, contact the government, propose these solutions, work towards change. In that same aspect, there's organizations and groups that are also out there to try to affect change in our society. So reach out to some of them. If you want to talk separately, you can reach out to one of us. You can reach out to friends and family and talk to. But generally, you aren't alone, so there's always someone to talk to. And in chat right now, I'm going to post 2 different links that contain a lot of different hotlines and phone numbers for, general crisis, suicide, depression, anxiety, emotional distress. There's always groups, there's always organizations out there. So just remember, you're not alone. And even though we might not talk about these things outside of this disclaimer, we're also here for you. So, thank you.
Well
Thank
said.
you, Wolves. However we transition from the serious to the fun, I think Richie will do perfectly. Richie, do you have anything to bring up this week, my memeing soulmate?
Well, the one thing that I was thinking about, I've been combing through YouTube videos of like Infinity War and just a bunch of nerd stuff and everything, and I kept seeing the argument against like Thanos' plan in Infinity War about like instead of chopping the population in half, why not double resources? And I kind of want to open up a discussion about that because I don't see that all too much.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to kind of see what you guys feel about, was this plan justified? How you felt about like morally, how'd you feel about what he was saying? Like, what side are you on his side? Do you see what he's saying? Do you see, does he have a point? Pretty much is kind of what I want to get at. I want to explore that side a little bit more.
Overpopulation is a problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Overpopulation or a lack of resources, right?
Yeah.
So I think, in general, the reason he goes about what he does is one, he locked on an idea of a solution and he was just so focused on that, like he just was driven towards that. But in his mind, to affect change, there almost needs to be a repercussion to people. If he simply doubles resources, then it tells people they can keep doing whatever they want and the solution will just magically appear.
Right.
And to him, that's not going to work. If everyone's just given everything, they're going to the problem is just going to come again later.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's so is that why Thanos is evil though? Because he's thinking of this easy solution for such a complex problem. He's just like, oh yeah, just cut the population in half. When really it's like, but there's so much more to it.
Right.
And so isn't that why he's evil? Because he's just like, oh, this is it. And it is that commentary on the population who just go, oh yeah, this is it. Let's just do this.
Yeah, it's the idea of the ends justify the means.
Mm-hmm.
His means, what he wants to accomplish, might be noble. His justifications and what he does is not.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And something I thought about too was, like, with the power of all the stones and the gauntlet and everything. Like,
by the way, spoilers, chat.
Oh yeah, we didn't say that earlier.
Spoilers. By the way.
Spoilers.
I don't think you gave away enough to spoil anything quite yet.
So with the power that he has in his hand, and literally in his hand, do you guys have any ideas, I guess, to another solution that could have been like proposed? Like, did it have to be cut the population, or do you think there could have been something else? Because I think, the argument is, well, if he just doubles the what's it called, the resources and everything, then the problem still exists. But if you cut, then the problem still exists, but it delays it. So is he hoping that if such a traumatic event happens, that he hopes that it changes everything? Like, we consider resources. The problem is losing our resources, right? And just overgrowing and not being, I guess, worthy. Like, is there another way to kind of isn't there like another solution that could have, like, within all those stones?
Right. I know people brought up just changing the birth rate.
Right.
Like, so instead of getting rid of half the population, change the birth rate of the living species individually.
Like half of the women not able to have children, maybe?
Yeah.
That would be awful, but at least they wouldn't lose their lives at that point.
Right. And he's talking about it on, like, not just Earth, but like just all existence.
Right. That's
because there's an interesting thing that pointed out, like, half of the Earth's population is like the 90s. It's not that long ago since we've doubled our population.
Yeah.
Like, if you half us, we'll get back there in like
Yeah. Because
kinda
it
makes
only
me
put us
think-
back to like 1970. I thought that was fascinating. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's kind of weird to think too that like that's really a temporary solution. Like, is like what maybe there's more to it that we're not being told. Maybe it's going to be revealed in a second. Like, we obviously don't know the after effects of. We just saw what happened when he gets all the stones and everything that happens. Like we see what happens then, but the after might explain like why that was the only viable solution. Because to me, it seems like it's a pretty dramatic thing to just literally give up on all races and just say you're not worthy of making this decision.
Right. Well, I think he gets there because of what happened on his home planet, right? So that's where he's coming from experience-wise, is from his home planet when he didn't have the glove. This was the solution.
Right.
For whatever reason. And so then his focus and like nothing else now is, okay, this is the only way. Now, if I have the power, I can do it for everybody. He doesn't even think of other solutions.
Yeah, like he is not a sane man. That is not to say he's not intelligent, he's not powerful, but he's not sane. It's like Brad said, a traumatic experience on his home world fixated him on a solution, and that is all he sees.
Yeah, I think the fact that he's able to sacrifice his own daughter shows that he's not all there and he's not capable of making logical decisions.
Exactly.
I'm not even sure if I bought that he was truly in love with her or loved her to the point enough where the stone felt like she was a worthy sacrifice. But
the following
as I combed through videos and just everything on YouTube, I was like, okay, I can kind of see where he's insane, he's intelligent, but he's insane to the point where he could probably make himself believe that he's doing it all for her, or he had to do it for her, and that it's probably like a false, like a placebo love, I would say. It's not like a Peter Quill, Galmora love. It's more like my purpose, and I love my purpose. So here you go.
Huh. I definitely think it's just his warped way of, this is how I show love. This is how I love. And so the stone is like, yeah, this is the thing you love most. But that's not true love, nor should it be an example of how a parent loves a child, by the way, disclaimer. Because I saw this in a video recently by FilmJoy, and they had a Let's Talk About Thanos, and he talked about how the theme of the movie was essentially saying, with Thanos being the protagonist, saying, like, love equals pain. And I was like, oh, I didn't even catch that. But then I was like discussing it, and I was like, actually, I don't think it is, because even though Thanos is indeed the protagonist, he's still very obviously the villain. Yeah. And so, because he was saying that kids would take away, like, if their parent was abusing them and they watched this with them, they would see that, like, oh, okay, my parent abuses me, but that shows that they love me. And I was like, I don't think so, though. I don't think so. I don't think that's what the film is saying. But I thought it was interesting regardless, because, and going back to Gamora, it's like, this is how he thinks he does love her. Absolutely. But that's not true love. That is not how you should love somebody.
Yeah.
Well, it's not love in the sense that our species has developed the sense of love.
That's true. Maybe love is different on their planet, but they were still against killing half of them. So I think he's even evil on his planet as well.
I would have liked to see, like, he tried to comb her into, like, or he combed her into, like, a warrior, right? And, like, it tried to get her to like see his vision, or at least understand, like, his point of view. But it was also mentioned in the movie how much she hated it. So maybe that just drew him closer. Like, maybe that kind of makes sense to me, where it's like, if you see someone you care about so much who is pushing back on you so, just relentlessly over and over, that maybe he got to the point of love because he was something he was always going after, and he felt like that's what it was. Because I assume after what happened to his homeworld, like, that's it, right? Like, that's all he's doing, that's all his purpose is. That's all he wants to do is to go get everything and make it right. So I kind of assume that maybe, like, that's what he knew, and then just from there, his plan went forward, and that's how he had to accomplish it. So I love I loved the first 5 minutes of the film, and I just loved how uneasy it made me, like right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
I'd actually, when I saw Thor Ragnarok, I didn't realize at the very end that that's his ship.
Yep.
I didn't realize that at all. So when it opened up and I was like, I saw everything Ragnarok, I was like, oh, it might start out like comedic, right? Like it might be kind of funny.
Yeah.
We're gonna see
Nope.
everything. Okay, goodbye.
No, they
also
set the
did not
tone real
recognize his
fast.
ship from the end of Thor Ragnarok.
I didn't either. It was dark in the back and I'm colorblind, so I'm just like, what? Like, what's going on over there? What happened? Why did people gasp? Oh well, whatever. And I walked out because I thought the movie was hilarious and I loved it. But
gosh.
no, it just right off, like right from there, boom. It was like, no, we're gonna kill Loki because I don't know if I believe in.
Oh, he's dead.
I don't know. We'll see.
I didn't think he got a justified death. Like I felt like it wasn't good enough for me. But
That's the best part.
There's a really good fan theory that Loki isn't dead.
Don't tell me he's Hulk.
He's currently pretending to be Bruce Banner.
I've heard that.
Banner can't go Hulk, and Hulk is off somewhere else becoming Professor Hulk.
No,
I thought they said they.
I don't agree with it, but it's well done. Like it has a lot of points that
like
it can
that's
make.
totally fun. But I'm pretty sure somebody official came out and said that the reason why Hulk isn't coming out and everything like that is because he's just kind of like upset with Banner,
right?
And they're just that's it. Like a lot of people have come up with all these different sort of explanations of why he's not coming out. He's scared of Thanos, and they're saying he's not scared. He's just like upset with his situation. Like he feels like he's being used, and he doesn't want to come out. And
I could see that after Ragnarok too, because he was nothing but a plaything on Sakaar. So for the last 2 years, he was there being nothing more than. I mean, I know Hulk probably enjoyed that, but like as soon as Banner, he went back to Banner, he was probably like, wait a minute, like once he realized where he was and everything.
From the Hulk's perspective, he's always being shunned as this beast, this monster, never really let to do anything. Then he had years on this planet of being celebrated as like this great thing, and he got to do things and have fun. And Bruce is like, nope, we're done with that. We're going back to my thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw something too that it's probably a really, really big stretch, maybe just something that wasn't edited right or who knows what. But there's this one theory on YouTube. There's this guy. If you zoom in at the point where Thanos has him on his neck and like the camera is like facing this way, so you're looking at him from the side. It looks like there's a shadow behind Loki of someone moving as if it was him casting a fake shadow onto Thanos. But I don't think if that were the case, I don't think they would have added the sound effect of him crunching his head. Honestly, I don't think you can fake that because. I mean, unless you're gonna pull that stretch and say that, but I kind of also feel like Loki's died enough.
Yeah, like this needs to be the final time.
Like what is his at that point? What is his arc? Because it makes sense for Thanos to be like, "You failed me," in the first Avengers film, snap, goodbye, have a good day, kind of thing. You're done, and just set the tone for Thor's arc in that entire movie. Like, I don't know what Thor would have done if he didn't.
I guess I think with Loki's character, I was kind of hoping for more of a redemption story, I guess. I mean, like, he's always going to be himself, and I think at the end he kind of, tried to be on his brother's side and everything like that. But I just feel like it wasn't enough for me personally. Like, I really wanted to have, like, this, Zuko Last Airbender, Last Airbender thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Like, yes! And,
no!
So I'm kind of bummed about that. If he doesn't come back, I'm a little bummed.
Well, I mean, his redemption and his arc ended in Ragnarok. Like he redeemed himself. He called his father, and he even did it again in Infinity War. And because he was like, this guy's my father, and it was like this knowing look between him and Thor. So it was like, okay, that was the end then of Ragnarok, because that was them finally coming together. Yeah. And then, so that's where, like, him dying, I'm just like, yeah, his story's done. Plus, as great as he was as a villain, I'm done with him as being a villain. Like, we have enough gifts. Let's move on.
I think I'm one of those people that's like likes to push things too far. You know what I mean? Like, so for example, like, getting a little off topic, but my favorite show is Supernatural, right? And like people are saying like that's gone way too far, like it's just fan fiction now. But I love it, honestly. I love it that it's just like catering to the people that are still watching it. I love it to death.
Have Sam and Dean gotten together yet?
I love Supernatural most of the time. The only times I get annoyed were there's like 3 seasons where every season started with the 2 brothers splitting off and then slowly fixing their relationship. And splitting off.
It does get annoying. You're right.
And how many times have they died?
Several. That's all I know. Several.
I know. I stopped at season 5. That's when I stopped, and like, because Dean died. No, Sam died, and I was like, "This is the perfect ending. I'm done." And then he came back at the end because like it was supposed to be canceled, you know. And then at the they had like this last shot where like Sam is watching Dean having a beautiful life, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm done."
See, that was. You're right. That would have been a good ending.
That was like such a good ending. And then they went on for 7 more seasons or something.
They're getting close to an end though. I think their last season's coming up pretty soon. I think
they'll get picked up by Yahoo.
What they said. I think they said like 1 more or something like that. But who knows? But yeah. See, I like the point of that is I like that stuff. So I would have enjoyed had they kept Loki. So, you know, you're probably right that he had a good ending. But for me, I like to squeeze the life out of things. You know, so
I feel you.
I want to put 2 points in there real quick.
I would suggest comics. He's still alive there somewhere.
Probably somewhere. Well, in Ragnarok, we got the typical Loki. He was devious and he lied and he tried to. It was the same thing. So for me, I don't feel like that was enough if I was going to try to get a redemption arc from him. I don't feel like it should have been a little more concrete because they could have whatever they were going to do after their home was destroyed. He could have been a positive part of.
Mm-hmm.
And now he doesn't get a chance to do that. And that to me maybe would have been a better, okay, now maybe after all your BS and being controlled and all that stuff, you can just, no more throne, there's no more hatred, your home world's gone. Your brother, has taken over and you got your people. Like you could set yourself up to kind of reinvent yourself here, but I respect the hell out of the way he died though. He tried to stab Thanos in the throat.
No, me too.
So I was like, when he died, I was like, you're solidified as one of the badasses of this whole entire 19 movie arc that we're watching.
Oh yeah,
and, I hope that there's something in Infinity War 2 where that's a reveal to everybody on Earth, because I'm sure everyone's like hurting already, but when Thor came down, I'm sure someone has to be thinking, where's Loki? Like he's alive. Like what's happened to him? So I hope that kind of like maybe pushes it further into the whole revenge thing, maybe. But I love the way he went out. Loved it.
Yeah.
because part of the reason why I feel like there wasn't enough redemption is because that whole like scene with all that happening, I was almost like, oh, he's gonna play his cards. He's gonna ditch these people. Like I was, because he's done it so many times. So I wasn't convinced that he was fully like, he hasn't become better as a character. And so that's why I was kind of like, oh wait, did he really? That's it? Because I just felt like he could still have the tables turned, like he wasn't. So
nah, he said his dad was his dad, and that was it.
Yeah,
but he's lied before. He's played the game.
No,
before,
he did the knowing look. It was the knowing look.
The problem is
just like the bro, like that was it. That's how you know.
The problem is often with like redemption things, we want a dramatic shift in a character, but you can't always get that, especially in a character like Loki who's thousands of years old. Like for the most part, his base personality is what it is, and a lot of his redemption is realizing from learning he wasn't actually like he's part Frostgiant or whatever, but still learning about who his actual family is. Realize he still actually does care for Thor. He still actually does care for Odin. Like that these are still his family, even though they're not his family to some degree.
Right.
But it doesn't change who his base person is. But he still changes enough to realize these are still people he cares about, even if he still loves to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Like even if he still kind of wants some power, like to kind of be in charge for a little bit or like screw around with people, like he still appreciates now what he has, even if he's kind of screwing around.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the appreciation is his redemption, not actually the change in his character.
That's fair. Yeah, he's always gonna be Loki in some way or another. So I guess I might be expecting too much of him in such a short time, honestly. Because
I just want him to be good.
Well, like I want like Thor and Loki to have this like like bonding moment. Like you see those little comics, like that people make up, those little things where they're just like being brothers and they're being silly. Like you get a little bit of that. in the movies.
Right.
But I guess I wanted more of that like brotherly love stuff.
I always felt like it was more of a dynamic between those two. Like it was brotherly, like it was like he told that story about the time Loki turned into a snake and tried to bite him. I was like, that to me seems like of course the events of Loki in the first Avengers was because of Thanos.
Yeah.
But like all the other like douchey things that he was doing was like it was mostly between him and his brother back and forth. And that power struggle and him not feeling fit in, and Odin kind of being a dick a little bit, and just like it was like I think it was like justifiable, like kind of how he got to that point. And so I mean one of the best ways for him to go out would be like a final act of trying to kill him, but man, I mean, after seeing him thrash Hulk like he was paper, it's like, oh man, I don't know if that would do it. Like trying to kill Thanos is a good way to go out, but I do see where I could be. Oh, maybe he could have been a part of the fight on Earth, or maybe at least something. He could have done something, but I'm just happy he didn't just like, oh, I'm gonna vanish, and then just like vanishes. And just
I'm glad he was dead. They needed him to be dead, and for real dead, because it opens that's a major character right off the bat that is expendable, and so it shows the theme of the whole movie is like, no, people are gonna get screwed over.
Yeah. And same with even Heimdall. Like I don't feel like Heimdall would have been enough death to be like, this movie is gonna keep you on edge. Like no Loki going in the first 5. Yeah. I was in shock and disbelief, and that was on my mind during the movie when
Me too. I was like, ooh.
I was kind of waiting for him to be on Earth somehow, or something, or just something, like in the shadows somewhere. Like maybe he would go and help his brother, make Stormbreaker, or maybe he would have the handle for the. I was kind of like, is he? Nope.
Is he?
Crazy gonzos.
So speaking about some superheroes. Oh, go ahead, Walls.
Last thing. Do you think the odds are somewhere in the universe there was an instance of like, we're the last 2 of our species?
Right.
And then one disappeared?
Probably. I mean, probably.
Like somewhere in the universe there had to be a last 2.
Oh,
and like, we survived. We're all the rest of our species. If we work together, duh.
Oh, that'd be so sad. It's just,
honestly, And I'm sure Thanos wouldn't care. He'd just be like, all right, expendable, get out of here.
Well, yeah, because he would see it as you're not supposed to live.
Yeah. You just turn into dust into wind, dude. That's it.
Yeah, definitely.
Done. Over.
All right, so Plat, you're saying.
So like superheroes is a thing, and for those who don't follow my Twitter, I've been watching Smallville, and I freaking love that show so much.
Here we go.
So
I am like 4 other people.
Thoroughly enjoying this rewatch.
So I've never watched it. So it's
You're
pretty
missing
old, right?
Yeah,
No.
I watched it live. Like, and there was another one where it's gone on too long, so I ended somewhere like season 6 or season 7, but there's 10 seasons. Wow. And so I'm like rewatching, and then I'm gonna watch all the way through. What'd you say?
Which is 11 seasons too many.
Yeah. Well, hey, back up, Wolves.
Have you seen her social media feed the last 2 weeks?
11.
Nothing but Smallville. All right, it's just you can't say it. She's on fire right now, man. You gotta look down.
Smallville. So what it is since Seena's confused, and this is why it's awesome.
I haven't seen it either. Just gonna put it out there.
Richie's confused.
I know of it, but I just don't know. Like,
so it's Clark Kent, Superman, when he's in his teenage years. Like, it literally starts with him in freshman year of high school, and he doesn't have all his powers, which is the best part, because he's too OP when he has everything. However, he's still OP because he has super strength. He has strength and speed. And so he's still like way OP, and they have to like make like reasons on why he can't defeat the person like right away. Like the fights are always like he pushes him.
Bye,
you're knocked out or dead. And then the writing was really clever because they always had to write ways that the person kills themselves like accidentally, so that way it's not Clark's fault. Oh, it is beautiful. 2000s television. The best part.
I was gonna say, like, you said freshman, right? And Fat Mike just mentioned this too. It was like he looks like super old for a freshman.
So he's 25 when he's supposed to be 15.
Jeez.
But that's normal. That's CW.
I feel like they've gotten better at that.
It's WB, I think, at the time. It was WB. But yeah, no, that's normal though, because you don't want to deal with labor codes. What? Why
The
are
image.
you? Huh?
The image is perfectly right here.
Okay.
Wait,
Flipping off on
on the screen.
Yes, it's right here.
I was like, wait, hold on. I'm confused. Yes, this way.
I'm confused. Where am I in space?
We're professionals here. We're professionals.
But you're just like pointing up though, Wolves.
No, it's my middle finger. I'm not pointing.
Oh, he doesn't like it. He's sassing it.
This is a PG stream. You're doing the middle finger.
I mean, it was kind of sideways, so it kind of looked like just the.
Yeah, I thought you were just pointing like this.
3 out of 10. Wood middle finger again.
That's so funny. Wood middle finger again. No, he's great. Oh, it's so much fun. Oh, it's so funny to watch a 25-year-old act like a 15-year-old. It was magical. It was really good.
It sounds like you really, really enjoy a lot of what was the best part about Man of Steel. Are we having this conversation? Absolutely, we're having this conversation.
No.
Okay, so
Man of Steel is so bad. I stand by this.
Explain to me what exactly was awful about that movie. Again, right here for everybody. Put it out. Put the buffet on the table right now.
Lay it out.
Oh my god. Okay, so what Smallville does better than Man of Steel is the tone of Superman. He's supposed to be lighthearted with some serious undertones, but it's supposed to be lighthearted overall. And Man of Steel was like, I must be the most serious person.
It's not supposed to be anything. There's a billion comics out there with a billion representations of all of these heroes.
Like, supposed to be lighthearted. He has a colorful outfit of red, white, and blue, except no white, and it's awesome.
That's Merca.
No, so Seena, in that corner, right. I heard you had a dance stream recently. How did that go?
You did have a dance stream recently. I watched a little bit of it. I tuned in. It was so funny. I tuned in right when Yams was doing his thing.
Oh, Yams.
And oh my gosh, those songs are legit a 3-minute dance. And it's tiring. It was tiring watching
we were all
Yams.
Hot and sweating. And then Adonria picked out the outfits for us, right? And they were super cute. So if you need outfits picked out, Adonria's your girl, right? Okay.
Yeah, you were all matching with the leggings.
So those leggings, they were cute, but they weren't like for exercise. There was no breathing at all. So it was just like when I took them off, it was just like peeling them off.
Ooh.
It was like
So wait, I'm confused. Is Adonria a girl or not for costumes? Because I'm getting mixed answers in this.
So is what?
Is Adonria my girl for costumes? Because based on the pants, it sounds like not.
Well, I mean, it was cute. It was cute. So it was
you were looking good.
It's all it needed to be.
Just suffer to be beautiful, okay?
Yeah. Get into a woman's world.
I'm gonna need a lot of suffering. I'm gonna need a lot of suffering.
I'm with you, bud.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yams was crazy. He had a lot of fun from the last stream. So this stream he just went at it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Ready. He was like, "This is time for me to shine."
So, because it's Just Dance, right? You were playing Just Dance?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, I have never played that game before, and watching Yams was confusing. How do you play that game?
So, I mean, Yams was playing it wrong, but he was like, I guess it depends on how you want to play the game. If you want to get points, if you want to get good points, then you do that. If you want to just have a good time and throw in your own moves for funsies, like Yams was doing, then throw in your own moves. All right, everyone, let's
go.
I got you.
Worlds!
Get it on, Grables.
Yeah, that'll work.
Wait,
it's close enough. Awkward turtle swimming by. Go ahead.
So it's just a fun game. It's difficult. Like Adonria, for some reason, always wins. She's always I don't know if
For
it's
some reason.
What do you
she's
mean?
good.
Is she not a good dancer?
Well,
I know,
because,
like-
okay,
Wow, toxic.
this is why. So before for our first one, she had told us, "Oh, I'm not a good dancer. I'm gonna be awful at this," and she was fine. She did fine, like
Mhm.
But like from like saying she's not a good dancer to like winning all the games was like, what the heck? So,
She's the
but
dancing queen.
so she got the most points. Yams was the best dancer, and I was just there. So
Nice. Nice.
So it was a good time. We had a lot of fun. It was my 2,000 follower celebration, I believe it was.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was gonna ask. I forgot what it was for, because
Yeah.
for those who don't know, this is also like a recap of like the happenings in Valhalla happenings. Oh my god, that's us. And Seena had this, but it was literally like the first week of the month, so I've like forgotten like why we even did it.
Yeah, because it like happened fast, and then like I was planning for because I felt like we had to step up our game from the last one,
I
which
think
is
you
why we
did.
got the outfits. Yeah, I think it was it was crazy.
It was craziness.
So
The next
yeah,
one, you have to all wear that T-Rex outfit.
yeah, that would be fun. I feel like I need more space for that though, because those things are kind of
Definitely.
like
I love those T-Rex outfits.
they're fun to watch.
My friend has one. She loves
Like Fat Mike and I, we went to D23, and it was like totally spontaneous, but we went, and it was so much fun. And we were sitting there because I was like really tired, and I was feeling a little bit ill. So we were like outside, and we were just like sitting and just breathing for a while. And then all of a sudden this T-Rex comes by, and I was like, that's hilarious. And she was like taking pictures with people and stuff. But then she went to an ATM because she needed to get money. And because the head is so high, it looked like it was eating the wall. and she's like trying to see to like put in her pin and stuff. It was the funniest picture. I wish I took one to like have now or whatever, but like it was the funniest thing I've ever seen that little T-Rex thing do, because it's like trying to get money with like its small little arms, and
Just
like
sitting
it was
there,
like
it's like,
eating the
"Come
wall.
on."
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those T-Rex suits make anything look funny. It's the best. Just like everyday things are suddenly like the funniest thing.
It was so I highly recommend. You guys will get even more sweaty, I think, though, with the legging, like, but then more than the leggings. And
Yeah,
those outfits.
we need some like crazy air conditioning for that.
Oh my
we'll
god.
see.
Fan in there.
Well, let's see. So we do have sort of like a main topic. Well, does anyone else have anything to bring up, Wolves?
No, really. That
Wolves,
was...
Cena?
No, we're good.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I didn't want to move on without you guys. We do have kind of sort of a main topic here. We do have some sort of organization, people.
There's a
Um,
little structure. A little.
There's a little structure. It's a loosey-goosey structure. And because recently in the gaming world, Ninja came out and was like, I don't play with girls. And I went, excuse me. No, I'm just joking. I have no problem with it, actually. But yeah, I thought we would talk about that for a little while.
All right, so for those that don't know,
thoughts?
what happened was Ninja is a big-time streamer of Fortnite, and he's done streams with like Drake the rapper and other like big-name people. And someone asked him, "Hey, would you ever do your stream with insert? I don't know who was, female streamer or whoever was over here." And he was like, "No, I have a policy. I won't stream with women because I'm married, and anything I do will get blown out of proportion." People are like, "Is he having an affair with this person? Is he having an affair with that person?" And I don't want to subject my wife to that kind of stigma.
Yeah.
And like the world was immediately divided on that answer.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
I think. Go ahead.
Sorry, it's just
No.
because I've seen the headlines for this, right?
Yep.
But I hadn't heard the context. So with that content, that context, it changes everything. Because at first you hear, "Oh, Ninja's sexist,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
And-
like the headline is Ninja Sexist. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right? And then with that context, it's like, "Oh, he's just trying to be respectful towards his wife." Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I could see why someone might think, "Oh, well, that's kind of weird," but that's not your decision. That's between him and his wife to figure
Right.
out, honestly.
Yeah.
Who's also a
This isn't
streamer, by the way.
Yeah.
This isn't a business where you're trying to hire a candidate and you're like, get out of here. It's like, no, this is your show, and you're at the point where you're so large that anything you do is a newsworthy story. And so if there's a hint of friendliness that's gonna be taken as flirting, and I I don't think his wife is that maybe that fragile, but it's the fact that now those stories are going to her, and now the pressures of his stream are going to her, and now every day to day that's going to be something, and that doesn't get forgotten. Like it doesn't matter in a year if he stops streaming, and that's it. They just
I think that can get to any woman. Honestly, I think that could bother any woman.
And also this idea, once you can generally say people who have gotten famous on Twitch or anything like that, there's some baseline of charisma behind these people, men and women. In order to really succeed, you need some form of charisma that draws people into watching you, that makes you that. So if you take two people of any gender, of anything, who are relatively charismatic, playing together, doing things together, there's going to be a little back and forth, and there's always going to be someone that's going to be like, that means this.
Yeah, are they dating? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't.
And Kiva brought up in the chat, it was actually his decision. She didn't have anything to do with it.
Right. Yeah. It was just him.
It was just him.
Out of respect for her, and I appreciate that, honestly.
Yeah. And I think he even said it was a decision I made early on. But until the article, no one noticed.
Yeah, I think that's good to do as a streamer, to set out standards for yourself. Things change as you go on, but I think it's important to say okay, I'm just gonna there's gonna be certain, especially if you're in a relationship, there's certain lines you don't want to cross. Then it's different for everyone, I think.
Right.
Yeah. If it wasn't Ninja, it wouldn't have been an issue at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've made the decision that I'm not going to do the podcast with guys anymore. So thank you, Richie and Wolves. I'm going to get Adonria in here and Lily.
Oh, wait.
That'd be wonderful if they could hop on in. Oh, Lily just started hosting us. Perfect. Lily, come on in. That would be awesome.
All right, ladies and gents. Plat just assumed both of our genders here.
She took us out.
She also turned off our cameras. I don't know if you're looking at the stream. She actually even turned off our cameras.
If you guys actually look next to the share button, there is a report Valhalla's most wanted. You can go ahead and just fill out a couple of lines to say you felt disrespected on the podcast. It'll be shut down by tomorrow morning, all right?
No, but seriously, I think if obviously when you're that big of a streamer, you make different decisions because the scrutiny is that much more. So I don't know what I would do if I was that. Although I was talking to my family about it, and I was like, if I decided to just play with girls, that would cut my player base by so much, because probably 95% of the time I'm playing with just males, because that's just who plays the games.
And it's hard not to assume most of my viewers or all of my viewers are men, but there's a lot of females in there sometimes, and I feel bad when I go oh yeah, he did and then the person,
and then they're like,
a girl,
just assume my gender. And I go,
it's hard not to, but it's because there's most of the people watching Twitch videos are men.
Yeah.
So while I support Ninja's decision, the one argument that I've heard that I can kind of understand is there's an assumed point where you become popular enough in anything that you, whether or not you set out to be, you have now become a role model. There's an assumed thing, if you want to rise, if you want to become famous, you want to become big in a thing, you need to understand from early on that at some point you're going to be a role model to many.
Yeah.
And at that point, as a role model, isn't it your responsibility to set good examples? And now, which example is better? I don't want to bring distress on my wife, or I want to show men and women can be gaming together without anything.
Yeah, platonically. Right?
But I also think that, oh, you mean platonically, together? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, he should be a role model in the sense that people are saying he should be able to just stream with a female gamer, and if anything comes up, it's no, we're friends, we stream, that's it. As a role model, he should lead the way. And I said, I back his decision. I don't think it should be thrust on him, but I do understand the idea of if you become popular enough, at some point you kind of do have to accept you are a role model, and sometimes you kind of you should do certain things to try to make the world better.
I think that there's other ways that he can support women and support women in the gaming community without streaming with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's a way around that. I just think that well, you could say that, he can, if he were in that situation, he would be a better role model to just say no and blah, blah, blah. But I think it's it's the same reason that you don't go hang out when you're married. You wouldn't go and hang out with people of the opposite sex like on a normal basis. Like it's just not something. And in most marriages, I'm assuming wouldn't be the case, you know. And so it's I don't know. It's just
or not. I can't remember.
Well, you know, like you don't
friends. I guess I do because I'm hanging out with Valhalla all the time.
No, I mean like one-on-one. Like,
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna go to the movies with this dude that's my friend.
Right.
You know, like it's a little weird, right? Not that you have bad intentions, but it's just kind of like it. I don't know.
It's definitely
I feel you there too.
It's definitely a decision that you two make together in whatever relationship you're in. And regardless of role model, like your couple, like your relationship comes first. Mm-hmm. And then how people perceive it, which is what people are doing right now, is how they perceive it. Because they need to make their own decisions. And yes, he is a role model because so many people watch him, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's made this decision because he's a role model. He made it for his marriage.
I kind of want to throw it out there too when it comes to like it. Does he have to be the role model just because a lot of people watch him? Does he like it's with what he's doing when it comes to streaming? Like it's not, you know, this isn't a firefighter, this isn't a policeman, this isn't a doctor, this is someone who's streaming. And I'm not taking away from the work from that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is gaming and it is being a part of a community. Is it his responsibility to be that guiding light? And I understand that would prolong the exposure. Obviously, we want to attach to someone who has this, you know, who's a positive force and does things and gives back and all that stuff too. But is it really his responsibility, or you know, was it thrown on him to kind of, you know, to be this thing? So like, were you born or were you created to be this thing? So that to me is where I back his decision completely with that. And any man who respects his wife like that, I got your back. But you know, I think there's a lot of pressure coming for him to be something that he doesn't really have to be. Truthfully, he doesn't have to be that guy that's like, you know, that just goes out and does everything and is Mr. Perfect and is our Superman. He's playing games, he's entertainment, we're having fun, we enjoy it.
He's human, he's flawed.
He's human. He's gonna make these mistakes, or not mistakes, but he's gonna make, he's gonna scuff up here and there. But I mean, you really, just because he said that doesn't mean that it's like it shouldn't be taken so widespread as other streamers are now going to say, screw playing with women. It's going to hurt the females. It's going to do this and that. It's like if you're influenced by that, if some streamer said, I don't work out, I like being overweight and being fat. It's like, well, if you decide to do that, that's on you. That's not something that just have your own thought, like have your own opinion on it. And so, like. I agree with him. I agree with what he said, but I don't think that he should be getting as much flack as he got with it, because if it wasn't him, then nobody would really notice. If I said that or something, it wouldn't matter.
Right.
So I think it's more of a headline thing, and if anything, honestly, it might have even helped him get some views too.
Yeah,
so.
And I think the clickbait is what's causing more harm. You know what I mean? Like it's not his decision that's important, honestly. It's the clickbait that's. Because like I said, like when I saw those headlines, to me, the first thought was, oh, is he sexist? Like, and so that kind of stuff gets thrown about the community, and that's what's hurting women in the industry. Mm-hmm. But I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something else.
I think it kind of goes back to the point of people like to watch people rise, whether they'll watch them fall even more. And so when you got this guy who's got 80, 90, 100,000 views,
the most,
killing it. He's on MSNBC, Red Bull sponsorship, bada bing, bada boom. The second that you can find something to break that and to bring them down, that's when it gets more popular, because the amount of people that have heard and know Ninja are probably more than the ones who watch him or subscribe to him on YouTube. So when they hear that, it's like a pop culture thing, right? It's like, oh, did you hear that guy? He said this, he did that. I think that they're gonna jump the gun on that and try to find any sort of crack in the armor. So that's just kind of what from when I was going through and I was looking through all that, I was like, this is ridiculous. If it was anybody else, nobody would give a shit at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's his relationship. I understand that the player base and the view base are probably younger than other games and other communities, but you just respect the man's decision. He didn't say female gamers are dumb, stupid thoughts, whatever. He just said, I don't want to do it because of my wife.
Right.
That's it. It's simple. It's just simple to me. I was like, oh, okay, I understand that.
Yeah,
It's cool.
that's
And it was even more that he's like, I don't want to do it because people are going to make up stories that are then going to come back on us.
Right.
And then from that, people are making up stories.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's a no-win situation when
Yeah.
it comes to the media and the public, and we've even experienced this in our own streams. It's like you mess up, you slip up, and then the whole chat goes against you. And it's like, I'll say recently in my stream, I said, I don't care for Valhalla. And it was a complete accident. And there's clips to prove it. However, then the whole chat is like, she doesn't care about Valhalla, da 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 da,
Oh,
kind of
man.
thing.
I have a great
Yeah.
out of context clip of the subway out there.
I
Oh,
feel like
really?
there's always
Oh,
that
it's so
one.
good.
There's always that one viewer who's just like ready to get some blackmail on you. Just like,
Oh,
'cause,
I
like,
know.
so like we'll talk about this later, but like my 12-hour stream that I'm gonna do this month, we'll get back to that.
Solo.
No, wait, but like, so I keep.
We talked about this before, Chad, about how she's subtly keeping all of her sub list in the background.
Oh yeah, like look at that sub list. She just has it there. She's like, yeah, look at all the subs I have. I know.
So,
So good.
I decided to one up her, and I included my own sub list.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You stick it to the girl.
And also
Okay.
because they all have guitars in the background. There's a guitar on this one.
Anywho, so so 12-hour stream. I was talking about it on my stream, just kind of giving details for it, but every once in a while they'll try and say, "Oh, when's that 24-hour stream happening?" Right? And I don't recognize that it's not and so I'll be like, "Oh yeah, 24-hour stream. That's happening this time or on the 16th or whatever."
Mhm.
And then they clip it and they're like, 24-hour stream's happening. You said it. So there's always those people.
Yes.
They're great.
Yes.
They're great.
That is what you live and breathe over in your stream, Cena. Absolutely.
There's
you get that
also-
one to yourself.
There's also
my
a clip
fault.
of HP going, "Lily's hot," which is absolutely
not
100%
lying.
true. By the way, I have seen her in person. I cried when I hugged her.
When you cried, like the tears just like sizzled off of your
Yeah, they were just
shoulder.
like,
It was
and I was like, ah! It was so beautiful.
it boiled off of her. It was
Yeah, it was too
Mad
Not
much.
to hit on her any harder, you need a hammer.
oof. Oof.
If I wasn't told this was a PG stream, I'd be quoting Dr. Singalong right now.
Oh my gosh. But yeah. So I think we're all in agreement that clickbait articles are bad and you should read the article and kind of make your own decision.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
Yeah. Easy.
Cena, you have been clipped as saying that you have a 24-hour stream coming up, so I'm glad
Oh my gosh.
Valhalla Happenings, guys, Cena is
Not
having
you
a
saying
24-hour
that,
stream on the 16th, I believe is what she said. So congrats to Cena. I'm really
How long?
excited for it.
Outlaw, can you put that in a
supposed to
special event
happen.
time, please? Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. We're gonna
You
get
guys are
that.
gonna be disappointed because I'm just gonna leave after
We'll put
12
it on our
hours.
calendar on our brand new Valhalla's Most Wanted website.
Transition.
Oh,
You cut out a little bit.
Yeah, like half what you said
Oh.
wasn't.
oh
I
well,
read your lips though. It was fine.
the stream heard me.
It was something about Southern Cena. I don't know. It was weird.
But yes, no, Valhalla's Most Wanted has a brand new website. So by all means, check it out. It's awesome. And it also has, and I bring it up because it does have the happenings in Valhalla. So if you're wondering what the community is doing for like big, community things, then it's there. You know what, Richie?
Including Undead's 1-year affiliate celebration on September 6th, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Undead, congratulations. It's so exciting.
I'm dead.
And yeah, so he has his stream coming up.
Yep, September 6th.
September 6th, thank you, at 4 p.m. Pacific. Be there or be rectangle. And then recently, Outlaw just had his 1-year anniversary, which was really cool. He celebrated on Friday with friends, as you should. So,
As you should.
as you should, because I was there to celebrate. It was exciting.
I was in there for a moment. So what? So how did it go? Like what went down?
It was awesome. We played a lot of Overwatch. and then we went on to Overcooked, and he played
So
Overcooked.
you played a
for the
lot of
first time.
Overcooked. You played some Overwatch.
No, we played hours of Overwatch, and then we played Overcooked, and then we went back to Overwatch.
So there was lots of Overwatch.
There was lots of over and over. Overwatch, Overcooked.
You heard it here. Outlaw's over.
He's
He's
over. He's past
He's done
tense.
those. So, and he had a giveaway too, right?
He did. Who won? Kato won.
Kato.
Kato.
Won the
Kato,
official
Kato,
giveaway,
Kato.
and I won the subsequent giveaway.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yes,
nice.
it was awesome. It was really, really fun. Yeah, he had a game giveaway. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it.
That's exciting.
And we talked about Seena's stream that happened this last month, and we have our official website, so it's so exciting. By
And
all
her
means,
upcoming
check it
one
out.
on 9/16.
The website
Whoa.
looks really good. I gotta say,
It looks incredible.
it looks cute. Like I saw it walking down the street, and I was like, "Hey,
She can't call Chick-fil-A. Hey,
you cute."
Oh
you
my
want to come
god!
click this link, buddy?
Oh my gosh! Too funny. Yeah, that was all Outlaw. So if we can give a round of applause for Outlaw with that website.
Look at that beautiful admin team picture.
Well,
Hey, Outlaw.
I mean, In all fairness-
Jesse's a straight minx right there, dude. Look at his face. He's all busy.
I know
Who?
at the
Trim
very least it
shade.
was mostly Outlaw, but if anyone else contributed to Outlaw, I'm sure he'll give them a shout out. If not, I know it was mostly Outlaw.
Okay,
Yeah,
can we get a picture of
mostly
Outlaw on the stream?
I don't know if anyone actually helped him or not, but I want to make sure.
Shit, Seena, stop calling me out. Hold on.
I got you. I
That
got
was
you.
wonderful.
But yeah, and then so let's see. And then Seena, you have your 12-hour. Is there anything else we need to know about it?
Well, it's just to celebrate all the generous donations that were given. Help me get to TwitchCon. So it's kind of like a pre-TwitchCon celebration, if you will.
Ooh,
Yeah, so it's gonna be tons
because
of
you're
fun.
going to TwitchCon.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree no one here wants to talk about TwitchCon. No one's interested.
Three
like
of us
me.
are going to TwitchCon, baby.
Yeah.
We're
Tonight, San
excited.
Jose is beautiful in October. Just let me tell you. Oh my God, it's gonna be incredible. Seena's gonna be there. She booked the same hotel room as me. It's gonna
No,
be
party.
insane.
Not the
And
same
every-
hotel room.
Oh, sorry, same hotel. My bad. But you know what?
Start the rumors. Start the rumors. Richie and Seena are dating.
Put it on
I
the clip,
for
let's
one
go.
have heard them
Send
talking
around
to each
everywhere.
other, so I know it has to be true.
I know they were talking together and they sassed each other to no one's
This is
business.
why I
It all
don't
makes
stream with
sense.
people whose name are Platinum Trophy and Wife in it. All right.
Platinum Trophy and wife.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's I don't have a whole lot of details for it yet, but it's gonna be on the 16th, I think I said.
Mhm.
That sounds about right. The 16th of this month, and gonna start early and end late. And I'm hoping to have like some giveaway games and stuff like that. And
Ooh.
yeah,
That's
and I don't know if
exciting.
you guys have been are you making fun of me, Richie?
Oh, but
I don't know if you guys have been in my stream, but I have like kind of like Plat does like a
I've
point.
never been there.
So
Tell me about it.
wait,
So-
None
you're
of
a
us have
streamer?
been there. I wasn't even sure who
Recently.
you were before today. I'm just.
I was
If-
just
I
like,
don't know.
man, I thought this chick had purple hair. I'm confused.
I didn't know you streamed, to be honest.
I
thought you
mean,
were
I remember this one girl who used to play Minecraft on like a laptop. I don't know what happened to her.
it was Stardew Valley, first of all, you uncultured swine. So I don't know if you've been in my stream recently, but I recently put in like a point system, you know, super unique, I
Ooh.
know. But so while
Point
for
system.
the I don't know. So you could there's all sorts of fun things to do in there, like make me talk in Spanish for a minute, or like make me beatbox, like ways to torture me, right?
Do you know
um,
that much Spanish to talk in
no,
Spanish in a minute? Or do you just go, no hablo
Like-
español, and then just leave it quiet?
Adios, amigos.
Adios.
That would be me.
No
I'd have that
entiendo.
in my favorite go-to Spanish thing. Tu madre es un sacapuntas.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Your mother is a pencil sharpener.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
That
see,
sounded
so
way
look at
It
your
sounds bad, but
exactly.
sounded kinda
It's
metal, I'm not gonna lie.
completely
Well, 'cause it's-
nonsensical.
it's close
yeah.
to another word, so that's why.
Which is
That's
why-
why I was like, isn't that like not PG?
PG.
Nope. That's why I love it. It's perfectly fine. It's just dumb.
So anyway, so on the 12-hour stream, sorry, I hate to like cut you
No,
guys
you're
off.
good. Go ahead.
12-hour stream. So during the stream, I'm gonna have like double points.
Ooh.
So like the biggest reward you can get is have me write a song for you.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's like tons of points.
Can I buy points?
No. See, the point of my point system, I guess we can kind of put the point of my
point
The
system.
point of my point system is because, so I used to have song requests and people would give me donations or bits for me to learn songs and this and that. And sometimes it would just be people that come in, but I was like, you know, there's people in my stream who support me and are always there, but I can't afford to like have me learn songs for them, or can't afford to support me like other ones do. And so this point system was kind of a way of saying, I appreciate you being in my stream, like, you know, so it's specifically somebody who I know who's been in my stream who I can write a song for. So that it's somebody that's been there a lot who I've gotten to know. You know what I mean? So that's the only real way that I can write a song for someone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can't help but laugh right now because people in the watching the stream can't see this because it's cut off perfectly. But for us, we just have a cat butt in the corner of Plat's
There's a
screen.
cat butt right there.
It's cut off on the stream.
Because when you scratch like right next to her tail, like on her back, she puts up her butt because she loves it. So she like sticks out her butt. And so right now there's like a really perfect shot of just the cat butt.
Everybody who's got me on Snap is going to see this right now. Hold up.
So follow Richie on Snapchat.
At Highway to Hell, thank you very much.
And we kind of like breezed over it, so I wanted to go more in depth with it, especially since our very own Undead Duende is in chat right now. It is indeed his 1-year affiliate and birthday stream, which we didn't mention. So by all means, please give him some hype and love on his lovely birthday celebration. Like we said, it does start at 4 Pacific on September 6th, so mark your calendars. Boop. And prizes will be given away in celebration, which includes a $20 Steam gift card. I almost said stream gift card.
Spend it on
in chat. You will find links to both his Twitter, which promotes it, and his Twitch account.
Yes, thank you, Grey Wolves. And so, yes. So, and there's a prize wheel. Oh my goodness. I'm like reading. Oh my goodness. By the way, Undead, I have never said this, but I love your, like background, like all your panels and your, like your layout, your overlays.
Theme is
yeah, like the purple and like the grid thing. It looks really cool. And so that's like, you can see his promo in our Discord as well. The, like the stream events in the community. It's really cool looking. So go on over and give him some hype and love, because a year is quite the achievement. So yay! All right, kidlins.
You were the last to clap. I'm gonna put that out there.
Camera delay. She's clearly the first. There's just a delay.
I hit right here.
Technology complicated.
I hope it did.
I don't think, because I was kind of like going around. I don't think I saw any questions in chat. I don't think I missed anything for like our Q&A session.
That's what I saw.
I didn't think I saw anything either. So, guys, that means that you know all that happened last month. You are prepared for the next month of Valhalla, and we just want you to know that the next podcast episode will be the first Sunday of October, which is October 7th. Maybe we'll do like a scary theme or something.
I know. I got my pumpkin spice latte already.
PSLs. I can't choose what filter to use. Do I use XX Pro or Valencia?
Always go with Valencia.
We were doing that. Right? It's so easy. Guys, if you aren't already following Valhalla on our Twitter, it's at VMW Stream. If you want to talk to us, hashtag VMW Talks, or just, like chat with us. And we can go around and kind of, you guys can promote your channel one more time, where to follow you, etc., as we are closing here. So, Seena, why don't you go first?
Yeah, just my Twitch channel is Seenabobeena.
There it is.
Bam. Just go there. Do the
go there, do the things. Watch my beautiful oh, can I say, so before we got started, I said that I didn't have makeup on and I was a little worried about it. And Seena
was like, bitch, you ugly.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what she said. Sina was like, she's like, oh yeah, I put like tons of makeup on today. And I was like, I know, you look gorgeous. And she's like, I'm just extra today. So I don't know about you, but I'm extra. Like, you're
like,
vanilla
don't
ice
worry,
cream and I am
just being
all
extra.
all the toppings. I am so extra. I am the cherry. I am everything. I was just like, okay.
Look over there for some basic, look down there for some extra.
I meant, don't worry, I overdid it. You look fine. Like,
Sub to both of them.
Basic and extra. I love it.
No,
I'm sorry.
You look fine. Fine.
I'm sorry,
No!
Sina, can they follow you anywhere or Twitch stream? Sorry.
what was that?
Can they follow you anywhere?
You
what
can
is
follow
my
me anywhere.
Twitter? It's like Beena Seena, I think is my Twitter.
All
Beena
right.
Seena. Yeah, and then Instagram is Seenabobeena as well, so, you know, want to see some picture.
Go ahead, Richie.
RicheyPlays at Twitch, and then Twitter is Richie Games because someone other jerk got RicheyPlays first, and then Instagram is RicheyPlays as well.
Okay.
And I also sub to Cena, so
Also sub to Cena. Oh, talking about subs, Undead brings it up. I totally forgot about September, which is pretty gosh darn cool. Richie, sell out.
Oh well.
Which is cool, and I know everything there's to know about it. Richie,
I
why
always
don't you tell
forget
everyone
exactly.
the
No,
things that
I think
know?
I do know it. I think I do know it. So if you get gifted a sub from anyone in any channel, if you get gifted a sub, you can renew for only $1.
Correct.
I'm so
See, I
proud.
knew it. I just like Richie explaining it because Richie's
Richie,
hilarious.
thank you for that explanation.
So
It
is
took me
it,
4 times to explain that exact thing before she remembered it, but here we are, September 2nd. We got this.
Just in
is
time.
if
Just
you
in
got
time.
gifted in October,
Yes.
or I mean in what was the month before?
August.
We are in August.
Yeah,
Or
no,
we were
No,
in
we're in
August.
September.
right. So if you got gifted in August, then you can renew in September with $1. Is that how it works?
No, it's in September.
In
It's
So
September.
if you got gifts you in September, you renew in October with
You renew
$1.
for October
Yep.
for
Okay.
a year.
Yeah. So you
So
can
it's
watch
going
all the
forward.
scary streams for
that way.
only $1 without any
That way.
ads and emotes.
So that means if you gift subs to your favorite streamers, you're helping them out a ton because then,
Or instead of your favorite streamers, if you gift them to me.
yeah, Grey Wolf.
We gotta make that list longer, all right? We're gonna do that.
Wolves, where can they follow you?
That's legit a business card, by the way. That's
Is it really?
It's so cute. I love it.
With your sub list?
I gotta say, great
It's
brand.
on the back of a
with the
business
wolf
card.
on the back.
My name better be on there. I'm just
It is.
saying.
You're second on the list. You're right behind Toddy.
Okay,
Because
that's
Toddy
fair.
subs. You two are my longest subs.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm Grey Wolf Gaming, as says down here. Although I actually only just realized, technically, there's underscores between Grey and Wolves
Oh,
and
yeah.
Wolves and Gaming.
Yeah.
So you won't find me at this. You'll find me something very similar to this. I don't know who this is. Don't sub them.
Yeah, don't
Not
sub to them. Do the unfortunately, this font doesn't have underscores.
And then on Twitter, I think it's Wolves1226. I think that's what I used to do. Follow me on there as well. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I got those two.
Awesome.
Sub the wolves.
I'm PlatinumTrophyWife. Just follow me on Twitch. That'd be awesome. But no worries. You'll see me again next week, or next month.
Next month.
And you'll see Wolves
Surprise.
again, but some new special guests, eh? Again, that will be the first Sunday of next month, which I believe is the 7th. And yeah, thank you all for joining me. Cena, Richie, Wolves, yes?
Yeah.
Real quick, Outlaw, if he's still doing it, is doing his Firefly Marathon at the link I just posted. So.
Yes, it is going actually on right now. So by all means, just hop on over.
Cena's paw
Just a
chant,
little
please.
bunny. Just hop on over to Rabbit. That was so good. Okay. Cena, Richie, Wolves, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, it was fun.
And thank you everyone for hopping in chat, talking, discussing, all that jazz. We will see you next month. Oh, that didn't transition at all.